SunCraft is here and I got some early access, which is of course why this video is at least a week late. Huge thanks to the developers for providing a key nonetheless. We will be helping out a bunch of people here. Cal, Penny, her dad Hank, Cherry, Meryl, and of course Eric. Plus 2 mystery characters. As a cozy, sunburnt, incremental game with crafting mechanics, our first task is obviously to hit this stump of wood. We can use the wood to build a furnace, use the furnace to produce planks, which we will then use to fix Alex's workshop. Wait, Eric's workshop. Our first stop in restoring this little village back to its former glorious self. Hooray! Time to help out the next villager, Kyle over here and his cat Suit. Kyle got something big planned and needs a lot of resources. 5 plank and 5 soil, I guess not that much. Soil can be found in the bottom right-hand corner and planks we already have from before. So, what does Kale have planned? A cat bed, of course. Suit is comfortable and we've got the basics down. Clicking stuff, building stuff, crafting stuff, repeating that stuff, and yeah, good stuff. Kyle continues to inform us that the lava flow isn't what it used to be. We can restore the flow by creating a lava amulet, of course. All we need is a material that can withstand the heat. Needless to say, planks and soil isn't great for holding up to heat itself. Penny knows more about the properties of materials around here and should be available around the village somewhere. On the way to Penny, we'll have a chat with Eric first. Eric introduces us to the SunCraft crystal. We've heard the villagers before mentioning the old tower falling. Apparently they call the fall of the old tower the shattering. The crystal has been dormant ever since. But Eric has an idea on how to wake it up. It's like me in the morning. That's gonna have to wait though. We got a lady to tend to first. Penny is already familiar with us and appears quite attentive to our sulfur-covered boots. No delays here. Penny knows best, suggesting to put graphite and magma to the test. Poesy really isn't my strength, and taking accountability isn't Penny's either, I guess. Magma shards is automatically generated from the lava fields. And looking at the codex, we can see graphite is made in the furnace we have already built. The furnace needs 2 soil and 1 wood to produce graphite. I think in real life you need a lot more pressure, but I'll let that slide. Wood from the stump and soil from the soil pile down south. Graphite is also needed to activate the crystal with Eric, which also needs soil that we can deliver while we wait for the 5 graphite to craft. Once it's done, we can finally craft the amulet needed to improve the magma flow. With the rugged amulet crafted, we get a +3 bonus to magma shard spawn rate. I don't think I mentioned it, but the magma shards is how we actually power our buildings. Talking about buildings, our furnace is now set up to produce graphite, so it's time to build a second one, to produce planks again. Both needed to activate the crystal for Eric. Few planks, graphite, already delivered soil, and the police reference later. And we're introduced to the skill tree itself, starting out with a damage multiplier and a click speed multiplier. I like that the game doesn't waste your time really. The progression feels really generous and within a few short clicks, I should stop. We will be clicking away faster than ever before. Confess, who wrote this? Pet the cat. Time to check in on Penny again. I'm guessing we're gonna build a bridge. To add to the pressure, her dad is stuck on the other side of the broken bridge. Eric has a bridge blueprint. We'll need some soil for the footing and planks for the deck itself. I guess magma shards will do instead of concrete. Let's get to it. Magma shards from the magma island. Soil from the dirty pile. No, wait, dirt pile, yes. And I need to do laundry. And second furnace to produce the 20 planks a bit faster. With only a hand size of 5, it takes a few laps to get to 20 planks over to Penny, but we get it done. Penny agrees, 20 planks is a lot. Nevertheless, the bridge is built and we can continue over to the other side. The market. Let's start with Penny's father, Hank. He has a cool new tool for us, a sturdy pickaxe. More damage and base click speed? Hell yeah. I love anything that doesn't say multiplier in front of it. Hank doesn't have very much for us to do, however, so we'll head over to this lovely lady. Her name is Meryl. She seems to be the town scholar. She suggests we have a chat with her sister Cherry instead, who is looking for fruits and mushrooms in the forest. On the way, we'll have a chat with Eric. Eric is worried about our soil efficiency and have a analyzer blueprint we can construct. Before that, let's see what Cherry has to say. She's in the top right-hand corner of the initial island we started on. Doesn't seem very satisfied with her catch though. Apparently due to the lack of heat from the magma flow. Let's go see what's up with that. There's a huge rock here. That probably doesn't help with the flow itself, but we're not dealing very much damage. Time for some upgrades. 3 skill points. Let's go for 20% damage, carry capacity, and 10 extra experience points. That's a bit better. It's going to take a while, but we're getting there. 1 hit at a time. Attend to the plank production for the analyzer blueprints, refueling each time I see 4 or 5 magma shards on the floor. That's the magma rock gone. The flow should be improved and bring back growth to the island. Longer lasting fuel and increasing magma shard spawn rate sounds pretty good. And with that done, we're also done with the planks at the same time. Soil is as easy as that as well. Penny seems satisfied. All we need for the analyzer now is iron, which is insanely satisfying to listen to. Iron bars are produced in a furnace. 5 wood for the furnace construction, and the iron bars themselves require 2 iron ore to be produced. While the iron bars are being crafted, let's get this mysterious statue the 111 wood it requires. Turns out that was worth it. Those are a lot of upgrades. These statues are really nice. It gives you something to do while waiting for other items to craft. Besides the statues, there is also this mysterious pot. The pot would like fruits and berries that now grow on the island. Enough exploration though. Kyle has a mission for us, but let's finish the analyzer for Eric first. Looks beautiful. That's also very much appreciated. Let's get wood and soil click speed, critical hit damage, double crafting chance, fuel lasting a bit longer, and this. 6 skill points sure does net you some benefits. Wow, this is growing fairly large. I remember this from the demo being quite small. Hank isn't very happy with his shop. Empty, dirty shelves. Doesn't sell very well. If you only knew how much time was spent in a regular grocery store to just front shelves to make it look more appealing for you as you buy stuff. That shit is so lodged into my head, I have found myself doing it instinctively when I take something down from a shelf in a store I'm not working at. Penny knows what's needed for the shelves, however, so let's go back to her. Found this island in the distance. Nothing I can interact with just yet. Penny's enjoying the waves next to the sea. Can't blame her, really. The ocean is grand for relaxation. For Hank's quest, we'll need some glass, which is made by smelting sand. We'll also need some quartz. Both of these comes from the analyzer, so let's start there. I'll need planks, graphite and iron bars for construction. All the stuff we have already produced, so that's done. The analyzer uses dirt to produce sand, quartz or jade. And then to get glass we burn 2 sand in a furnace. Way faster at clicking now at least. The analyzer isn't very fast. Let's use some skill points to improve that. 20% analyzer luck. Not a massive improvement. Final skill points we can spend on or click speed to improve iron production. While waiting on the analyzer and glass to craft, we can enjoy some things together, you and I. Okay, enough of that. That's the final 2 quartz and glass done. I love seeing the world change as we do stuff. A dynamic environment is probably one of my favorite features in games. I did notice that we have another mysterious statue here as well. The last one gave us some really good stuff. So, we'll keep working on that one as we continue to progress. Talking about progress, it's time for something big that Cal has to offer as we just hit level 10. Ember will help us with the refueling stuff. More automation, hell yeah! Head to the market. I've squared it with the merchants. The chest blueprint will be yours without charge. Chests are not super interesting, but this is the introduction to the blueprint market, which does include some pretty interesting stuff. You're just going to have to trust me on that one. For now, there is only chests. Later unlocks here is remarkably more interesting. Got another 4 things to unlock there for blueprints as well. Very nice. Before we tell Eric about that, let's see what Penny has to say. Sorry, Cherry. Cherry has noticed the green fields. I haven't really noticed it, I guess, but good for you, Cherry. We'll fetch some resources for Cherry, I guess, and everything grows on the island anyway. And whatever she doesn't take, we will put into the big bowl up top. I don't think she wants any of the fruits, so grapes and apples go directly into there. While those grow back, let's have a chat with Eric. There we go, a proper storage is last. Everything is in its place. That's right, doesn't it? I haven't built a chest, Eric. More stuff to come later for the blueprints market. Instead, let's chat with Meryl. She's next door. Meryl has made a discovery. The Sun Spire wasn't just a power generation facility using sunshine to produce energy. It was apparently able to think. A sentient solar panel sounds pretty wild, not gonna lie. A machine with a mind of its own. Oh no. I wonder what this is referring to. We will apparently need silicon and jade as our first step. Something Eric should be able to help us with. But first... gardening. Most of it to Cherry and the rest to the mysterious pot. Eric seems confused, but suggests we use the analyzer. We already know about jade, to be fair. I'm more interested in silicon, Eric. Nico, huh? We're being passed around like we're being passed around here like we reached the worst customer service center ever. Not sure asking Penny about silicon is considered PG-13 though. Anyways, let's get the analyzer going. With a 1% chance for a jade, it will take a while to finish, I'm pretty sure. Apparently Nico was enamored by silicon. His favorite subject, that is. And so we have the recipe. Quartz and graphite, 2 elements we're already familiar with. Codex confirms. Thank you, Penny. Build a furnace first, and then Ember can deal with the fuel automatically. Pop that into there, and then go back and get another one. He's not the fastest as of right now, but she'll get there. All we have to do now is keep these filled up until enough silicon chunks and a jade crystal pops up. A nice thing with the requirement for jade is that we are automatically making the quartz anyway, so it's more or less a byproduct. Graphite needs to be made specifically for this, using wood and soil. We're so fast doing wood now. Soil is also not the slowest. Progression is fun. And there's our first jade. That's for you, Meryl. Now on to silicon chunks, another 3 needed. Don't mind me, what are you looking at? That's our 5 silicon chunks. Time to wrap up this for Meryl. You can see bits of light. Really? Bits, you say? Bits of light? Meryl will continue reading and will enjoy another 10% analyzer luck. Gets us to 1.3 instead of 1.2. Yay! With that done, we can knock out the mysterious pot up top as well. Need 3 apples, 2 grapes, and 3 carrots. Level up again as well. Analyzer luck. Could be interesting. Maybe some gold. Quick speed multiplier. Maybe that leads somewhere else as well. It does not. Okay, that's fine. We'll click really fast now at least. Look at that. And there is the final carrot. That's the mysterious pot done. With that done, I think it's time to go down and have a chat with Hank. Snowy Peaks is another new area, but the cargo tram is broken. Planks, glass and steel bars. New bars is fun. Steel bars do need another furnace, of course. We then need iron bars and graphite to craft the steel bars themselves. Should also get glass going, some sand, into the furnace you go. Back to iron and steel bar production. That's enough for 10 iron bars. Steel bars need 2 iron bars for 1 steel bar, so that should be enough. There's so many bars around here, you'd think it's Saturday evening. The rest goes to the mysterious statue. And we can pick up the graphite that we need from here. Speed! And that's our plankstone. 15 first, and then another 5. And glass is about halfway there as well. Back to iron. 1, 2, 3. And we have the next mysterious done. Blessing of the devil. Ooh. These keep paying off, to say the least. Auto-click and click speed for all the stuff, please. Final steel bar. And just 3 more glass and then we're done. And that should be everything that we need for the new wagon. I've worked hard for that wagon, Hank. What's wrong with it? The drive mechanism is fried? Damn it. Fine. I guess Penny is next up. Damn it, Hank. Alright, Penny. What do you have for us? Turns out the tram is a maglev train. It needs a logic controller. Looks like we have more crafting to do. Alright, we should have a jade already available. We got 2 luckily earlier on. So we'll just hand that directly to him, and then we just need to make even more steel bars. Silicon ingots, on the other hand, is new. They're produced in a furnace as well, so let's put that down first. The silicon ingots only need some silicon chunks to be produced. And that's all the silicon done. 4 steel left. The cat has been pet, and that steel bar's done as well. Let's get that logic controller fixed. Penny says it wants a brain. Oh, like Twitch chat. New area, snowy peaks. Some nice things around here. Copper, another mystery statue, and likely some gold. Meryl and Cherry has united here in the port. Meryl has read more books about lost recipes in the snowy peaks. Of course, it's our responsibility to bring this out of the snow. Here it is. That will take forever. Let's look for something else first. Here we have... I'm not sure. I haven't seen you before. Introduce yourself. Cade. Nice to meet you. Cade seems impressed with our work so far. So Cade is the town protector and also avid supporter for getting the Sun Spire up and running. Interesting. Doesn't give us anything new to do, however. What about Kale? He apparently has moved over to the top island. Nobody really explained what this big building is. Initially thought that was the Sun Spire. Kyle refers to it as a lab, however. Kyle has a task for us. Go back to Cade and brag about my own achievements. On the way back, Eric is suggesting we build some new fun machines. An assembler prototype. But I have more pressing matters. Cade. Everything is going great thanks to me. Cade rewards us with another 2 skill points. Let's see what we can get out of that. You know what? Let's go chest capacity. It's just 1 point. And we'll unlock some new stuff here. Then we'll add some growth speed and wood and soil damage. Ooh, that unlocks even more. Damage multiplier. All ores damage. Okay, this is actually worth it. Cool. Let's get to work on this assembler. Maybe we'll get some more skill points in the meantime to make breaking the crates a bit easier. Planks is more or less instant. Glass is also done. Copper is a new resource, so let's start there next. Furnace requires 2 ore for every bar. We need 15 bars, so 30 ore nuggets coming up. Mining ore isn't that slow despite this being a new area. With ore done, let's check in with the Santas over here. Oh, it's Penny. I thought it was Santa Claus. Time for a new feature. The contract board allows us to make money by completing automatically generated crafting requests. So if we select the silicon ingot mission for a reward of 200 and some coins, we can go craft that while the copper bars are producing. And while the copper bars and the silicon ingots are producing, we can chip away on this recipe that Meryl was asking for. Allow the multitasking. It's so satisfying to be able to set something in motion and then just leave it to finish while you go do something else. Okay, our silicon ingots are done. Let's see how much... what happens with this money that we can make. I just made 276 coins. And Penny should be happy with that. Apparently we will use the money to buy resources and blueprints. Talking about blueprints, we have some new ones. You can buy Ghost, automatically collects nearby dropped resources and deliver them to your chests. Sickle. Oh, that's pretty good. I might want my Ghost, actually. But they are really expensive, so it'll have to wait. Instead, let's get the copper bars delivered so we can start working with the assembler blueprint. Assemblers are not cheap, however. 15 planks, 5 iron bars, and 5 copper. That's a bit more than the 5 wood that normal furnaces require. Okay, while that copper is going, let's have a chat with this guy. Is this Hank? It is indeed Hank, and he's worried about surplus resources. We'll go finish the mission that Meryl sent us on first. We're already here after all. It's past halfway done already. Honestly, I don't know anymore. The mashed potatoes that was printed on an old piece of paper was written in cipher. Encrypted somehow. We do have the copper bars that we need for the assembler done now, so let's see what that produces. 4 new things. But no reason to deep dive already. Let's go see what Eric has to say about the surplus of resources Hank mentioned. Eric suggests we open a shop to sell the resources. To stock the market, we happen to need a lot of resources that the assembler produces. I guess we're gonna need to build an assembly for that. Which we already have everything for here. Move that to the copper ore patch in the snow biome. All we need now is lots of time and copper to expand with additional assemblers. The second assembler can produce iron castings, which only require iron bars. And finally, what's next is steel bars. Besides the copper wire, maybe the most time-consuming item to craft. That's our 3 copper wires. Goes to the store. And that's our iron castings then. I'm working off a few contracts during any downtime that I have as well. Most of them either involves just collecting or crafting basic resources, so nothing new really, but does make a little bit of money at a time. And there's our last steel bars, so that's the market stocked. Going back to Eric, things are picking up quickly and we can now use the shop to pick up new resources if we don't feel like crafting them. Back to Hank again, who is now angry at a iced over rock. I guess this version's of old people screaming at clouds. Looks like we need some heating to melt the ice and gain access to gold. Copper wire is in production and sand is available in extreme amounts already. For the silicon wafers, we'll need to produce it in an assembler as well. Lots of assemblers needed after all. Again, we have most of the things we need already. And the silicon wafers need silicon and iron castings, which means we need soil for graphite, and wood for graphite, graphite for silicon chunks, and quartz, and finally silicon chunks for silicon ingots. And iron castings have been crafting in the meantime, so they're already done. And that's the last ingot as well. 1 silicon wafer ready to go. Where's my jam and ice cream? Oh, wafer, not waffle. Okay, let's melt some ice. The gold is ours. They say you are supposed to end on the top. You don't get much more on top than gold, so I'll just leave it here. If you want to see more, pop that like button and leave a demanding comment. Otherwise, you could just subscribe and wait for whenever I get the idea of covering another game. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.